The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And today's 1986 NFC wildcard game between the Dallas Cowboys and Minnesota Vikings is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the web for your sports simulations and replay needs. Go to DigitalDice.com, find us on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, not all the same word, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Well, my name is Ron Juckett. This is Retro Sports Network, and we welcome you to Championship Sunday. No, not in the replay. It's the NFC wildcard game. But on this live Super Bowl Sunday, the 2nd of February, Palindrome Day. If you are a big fan of Michael Palin or Palin, it's his day, because no matter how you slice the Julian calendar, it's 02/02/02/20, which is the same backwards as it is forwards. All right, on to the football game at hand. These are the runners-up in the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys, and the runners-up in the NFC Central, the Minnesota Vikings. Both teams have had problems with quarterback injuries. Danny White missed a substantial part of the year, which is why the Cowboys went from first place to third to finish in second place, while both Tommy Kramer and Wade Wilson suffered major injuries from the Minnesota Vikings. The good news for the Vikings is Tommy Kramer's back. He will play in this wild card game. The bad news for Minnesota is they don't have Chris Carter. For Dallas, they don't have Danny White, and that makes things very interesting. It will be Steve Pelleur under center for Dallas. Minnesota will go with Kramer, but their top receiver is gone. The winner goes to San Francisco in 2 weeks in the NFC divisional playoff game. Minnesota has won the toss. They will receive. Dallas is going to cook. Bess, the deep man, at the 7. Nelson and Rice, the top running backs for the Vikings, are on their own 15. If you're ready, we're ready. Let's go. And the game is underway, taken at the goal line by Bess to the 10, 15, 20, and Jax will make the tackle at the 22. It still is
illegal block. Receiving team.
Raphael Bess, the late Chris Dolman, not how you want to make your debut in this game, made the bad block on the kickoff return. 1st and 10 for the Vikings, coming up on their own 9-yard line. As we start, it will be Darren Nelson and Alan Rice in the backfield. Tommy Kramer is your quarterback. Leo Lewis is your split end. He's your topside wide receiver. Steve Jordan is your tight end. And Hassan Jones is in for the Chris Carter. If the Vikings win this game, they do get Chris Carter back for a potential division playoff game. Got to get there first. Off tackle right to Darren Nelson. Hand off from Kramer from the 9. He gets across the 15. Bob Dutton will make the tackle at the 17. That is a gain of 8. 2nd down and 2. John Dutton. Pardon me. Let's meet the Vikings offensive line. Gary Zimmerman, the left tackle. Terry Tosh, the left guard. Dennis Swilly is your center. Jim Huffer Howe is your right guard. And Tim Irwin is your right tackle. Alan Rice on 2nd and 2 from the 17-yard line. Trap right, hand off from Kramer. Rice will get a first down. Dutton will make the tackle at the 21, gain of 4. 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 21-yard line. Let's meet the Dallas defense. Too tall Ed Jones is your left end. They play a 4-3. Randy White, your left tackle. John Dutton, your right tackle. He's already made 2 stops in this game. And Jim Jeffcoat, your right end. Jeff Rohr, your left outside linebacker. Eugene Lockhart fills up the middle. And Mike Hegman is your right outside linebacker. Left corner, Ron Fellows. Everson Walls the other. And your safeties having a conversation, Michael Downs and Billy Bates. A good defense from the 70s that's hanging in there. If Dallas's defense can play well, they really do have a chance. Leo Lewis, 1st and 10. Medium slant from Kramer. Tommy's got time. He looks over the middle. Low. Fellows is tangled up with them. They want a flag. They're not going to get it. And the pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Just the start of things. 13:21 to go. First quarter. NFC wildcard game. Nelson will try. Sweep to the right side. Far side for Nelson. Gets it to the line of scrimmage, and Too Tall Jones was just too good. 2 carries for 8 yards for Nelson. No gain. And 3rd and 10. Jim Gustafson is the third receiver. You see him split down at the bottom of your screen. Medium cross. Kramer under center. Has time. He throws it down to a running back. That's Nelson. And Nelson got a gain of 3. It'll be 4th and 7 for the Vikings. Eugene Lockhart on the tackle, and the Minnesota drive stalls right there. Greg Coleman back to punt. To Banks of the Cowboys. Coleman from his... Well, Banks gets a good jump, 45 over midfield, and Howard will bring him down. It's a 8-yard return, but really more than that, that was a very short punt, and Dallas will take over at midfield. Steve Pellure is your quarterback. Herschel Walker is the primary running back. Timmy Newsom starts the game at running back. Tony Dorsett will see considerable time, too. Mike Sherrod, your near side wide receiver. He's the split end. Tony Hill, still a good receiver, is your flanker. And Doug, not Bill Cosby, is your tight end. Jerry Browner is on him. Left tackle right for Walker from the 50. Flag is down. Walker got a block. Mullaney with a tackle after a gain of 4.
Holding. Offense. Number 63.
But it's coming back. Titanosaur makes the bad hold. And it'll be 1st and 20 from the Cowboy 40. Speak to Dallas line. Phil Podzarek, the left tackle. Crawford Kerr, the left guard. Tom Rafferty is your center. Glenn Titanser, who made that holding penalty, is your right guard. And Mark Tuinei is your right tackle. Tony Dorsett in the backfield now with Walker. Draw to Dorsett on 1st and 20. Another flag is down. Dorsett across the 40. Browner with the stop at the 42.
Encroachment. Defense.
But it won't
Number
matter
75,
as Millard
penalty.
made contact, and we'll still try this first down play. 1st and 15. From the Dallas 45. Pellure's going to throw. No, he's not. He's going to get the snap botch. He goes instead. That wasn't a screen. And Dorsett, actually, they played a prevent. And so a screen that turned into a medium short flat pass, and Dorsett got a gain of 12. I'm really not sure what the heck that was. That was supposed to be a screen. Dorsett ran about 5 yards, made the catch, and got 12. 2nd down and 3. From the Minnesota 43. Just the start of things, Dallas's first drive of the game. Minnesota 3 and out in this NFC wildcard game. Trap left for Walker to the far side. Walker battles for room. Scott Studwell makes a tackle at the 40, and that is a first down. 1st and 10 for Dallas from the Minnesota 40. Well, it only took 5 plays to get 3 in, but they'll do it. So 1st and 10. I didn't even know that was a word. Uncle Ron needs your help in Words with Friends, people. Dorsett pitch to the far side from Pallure from the 40, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage by Studwell. So that's the second tackle for Studwell. And no gain. 10:09 to go, clock running, first quarter. If you missed it yesterday on YouTube, or if you were here Wednesday night, we actually pre-played the big game in Miami today. Who do I think is going to win between San Francisco and Miami? You can go to my YouTube channel, Retro Sports Network. After this, of course, I want you to watch live and find out. Tony Hill on a medium hitch on 2nd and 10. Pallure is going to be rushed, and he's going to be sacked by Martin. And I haven't introduced the Minnesota defense. Doug Martin makes the sack, and it'll be 3rd down and 18. So Doug Martin, the left end, is the one that got the sack in there. Mike Stensrud, he does not wear the number 3, is the defensive tackle. The right tackle is Keith Millard. And the right end is Mark Mullaney. The linebackers, Chris Martin on the left. Scott Studwell, an appropriate lane football player, is your middle linebacker. And the late Chris Dolman is the right outside linebacker. The corners, Carl Lee on the left. Isaac Holt on the right. John Harris is the one safety. And that is indeed Joey Browner, not Jerry Browner, the strong safety. Not a lot of good plays on 3rd and 18. Mike Renfro, who split up top, will try a medium slant. Pallure under center. He is hit by Studwell, and that's a loss of 4. And so the Vikings defense has stood tall. They got to Pallure twice in this opening drive. 2 minutes and 57 seconds off the board, and 6 plays, 8 yards, and nothing. So Mike Saxon will punt this away deep. Bess, from around his 15, will return it. Bess comes in, 15, 20, 25, and he's hit by Al Britton for a gain of 12. So spot the football at the Minnesota 25, and that's where they'll take over. 8:05 to go in the first. Medium slant to Leo Lewis on first down. Tommy Kramer waits, throws Lewis wide open at the 45, and Fellows makes the tackle after a gain of 24. And you can hear the chants of Skol, Skol. So 1st and 10 from the Viking 49. Kramer 2 of 3 for 27 yards. Darren Nelson. Trap left, 1st and 10. Handoff from Kramer over midfield, and Randy White will make the tackle at the Dallas 47. And for the first time today, the Vikings are on the Cowboy half of the football field. So our playoffs the next 2 weeks on this channel, we'll see divisional games. You will see the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots next Sunday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific Live, or sometime Monday night on YouTube. And then in 2 weeks, you'll see the winner of this game go to San Francisco and play the 49ers. And then the other divisional games will be, oh goodness gracious, no, the winner of Seattle and Cleveland next week. Seattle and Cleveland. Uncle Ron got it wrong because Cleveland's number 1 seed. Kansas City and New England is the other AFC divisional game, and the other NFC divisional game should be one of those slobber knockers that we're all going to feel sore after. The Giants and the Bears from Soldier Field. But right now, it's the Cowboys and the Vikings. Alan Rice Fullback dive, 2nd and 6 from the 47. He is hit by Rohr at the 45, 3rd down and 4. Jeff Rohr. So 2 carries and 6 yards for Rice, and it'll be 3rd down and 4. Leo Lewis on a medium crossing pattern. Kramer has time. He does not have Lewis. In fact, he tried down to Darren Nelson, and that's incomplete. So the Vikings drive has been stopped. 4 plays, 30 yards. And Minnesota hopes to pin Dallas back by their goal line. Greg Coleman, sideline punt. Going to roll out of bounds around the 14-yard line. 31-yard punt off the side of Coleman's foot, but that was okay. 5:45 to go in the first quarter of this wild card game. Dallas nothing, Minnesota nothing. And if you're watching this live, say hi. We'd love to know who you are. So 1st and 10 for Dallas. Steve Pelleur getting to start a playoff game. Medium fly to Mike Sherrod. Pelleur sacked twice in the first drive. Waits is dumped down to Dorsett, and he got a gain of 7. So a good play, and Dorsett 2 catches for 19 yards. Both of them are the only completions by Steve Pelleur. Herschel Walker. Off tackle right on 2nd and 3 from the 21, and he's hit by Stensrud at the line of scrimmage. And so it's it's a gain of 1. They'll give him 1. Did not get the Al Red Sox fan measurement. He got the Dave Gardner one. 2 tight ends set. Cosby and Chandler. Newsom is in. Dorsett is out and Walker the other one. And we'll play into the eye for Timmy Newsom. They need 2. Trap right. Hand off to the fullback. And he tries to follow, and he's only going to get 1. So 4:15, clock running. And this one has been an NFC special. And Mike Saxon will punt. He will stand on his 8. Mike Bess by his 30 to start. Gets it right there. We'll call for a fair catch. 45-yard punt, no return. 3:34 to go first quarter. It's the Vikings nothing, the Cowboys nothing. In this NFC wildcard game on Retro Sports Network. Ivan Dias is our newest follower, by the way, here on Twitch. He's number 55. He is the one that is pretty much trying to revitalize time travel baseball all by his lonesome. If you are a fan of that and don't know of his group, just look up Time Travel Baseball on Facebook and you'll find him. Also a part-time actor. Hassan Jones. Medium cross. Kramer to throw it 1st and 10 from the 32, and Jim Jeffcoat got around the corner. Kramer couldn't find anybody, and Jeffcoat says, "How do you like your AstroTurf?" And Tommy Kramer said, "Grilled." Jimmy said, "Okay." So 2nd down and 16. Darren Nelson on the draw. Hand off from Kramer. Nelson 30, 35. Michael Downs makes a tackle after a gain of 12, and it's 3rd and 4. So 2:36 to go. Clock running first quarter. Scoreless game. Steve Jordan. Short slant on 3rd and 4. Kramer waits. Tight end is open. Jordan's got it. Gain of 10. So 1st down, Michael Downs with the tackle, and the Vikings get a fresh set from the 48. Rice will come out. Anderson will come in. They're going to try to pound the ball some more. Alfred Anderson Trap left, 1st and 10. Nope, botch snap. Kramer is going to get beat down by Eugene Lockhart. It was a busted play. Anderson was not where he was supposed to be. Kramer went to hand it off and went, he's kind of doing the Eric Carmen thing all by himself, and he will be glad to only take a 3-yard loss instead of a 5-yard loss. So 2nd down and 13. Anderson again will sweep to the right. Let's see if he can get anything going this time from the 45. No, he gets shoved over by Dutton after a gain of 2, 3rd down and 11. So John Dutton has himself a 3rd tackle, and it's 3rd and long as Uncle Ron can't find the right button. So Gustafson comes in with Lewis and Jones, Jordan the tight end, Nelson the lone setback. Kramer, with 32 seconds to go, says we'll go to the 2nd quarter. How about that? 15 minutes in the book, and we haven't had a score. Kind of like my teenage years. It's Dallas nothing, Minnesota nothing. This is the NFC wildcard game on Retro Sports Network. And you would think, by going through all those stats, 60 yards offense for the Vikings and 12 for the Cowboys, that the Vikings would have some points. But they have 3 first downs to Dallas 1. Dallas is 1. Kramer 3 of 5 for 37. Pallure 2 of 2 and 19. And Darren Nelson 4 carries for 24. 3rd and 11 here. We start the 2nd quarter from the Minnesota 47. Hassan Jones. Medium hitch. Kramer out of the gun. Has time. Tries for Nelson instead. Incomplete. So 4th and 11, and Minnesota's going to have to punt. Coleman back deep. Dallas will let this roll. They're going to have terrible field position. They hope that it bounces in the end zone. It will not. It rolls dead at the 7, and now it's upon a 46. 14:51 to go in the first half. Dallas nothing, Minnesota nothing. Cowboys in the white jerseys with the blue numbers and the blue star on the silver helmet. Minnesota in purple jerseys. That's why they're the purple people eaters with the white numbers trimmed in gold. Purple helmet, white face mask, and the white Viking horn. 1st and 10 for Dallas. Walker. Off tackle left to start the quarter from their 7. He tries to move to the left side and is hit by Martin. Doug Martin at the 9. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8 for the Cowboys. Pallure wants to know if he can throw down here. Tom Landry says bite your tongue. Sweep right for Tony Dorsett near side from the 9. He gets across the 10. Joey Browner with the tackle at the 14, gain of 5, and 3rd and 3. Mark Tuinei, the right tackle, made the big hole, and that's how it went. Dorsett was able to follow through. Walker, they're going to run it here on 3rd and 3. We'll try a pitch to the far side. Walker's got it. Does he have room? No, it's a gain of 2. And it's 4th and 1. And Tom Landry is just not happy. They've run it a bunch, but they're only averaging 2 yards a carry. And again, Knights and Mike Saxon are going to punt. And Best stands at his 40 to return it. Bess from his 42. He's hit at the 45. And Scott will make the tackle. Rufus Bess. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Kramer 3 of 6 for 37. Pallure 2 of 2 for 19. Steve Jordan. Short out on 1st and 10. Under center. Kramer waits. He's going to scramble. 45. And Larry Hagman makes a tackle at the 47. So Kramer, 2 carries for nothing, but he's 2nd and 7. Made up the 3-yard loss from before. 2nd and 7 from the 47. Hassan Jones, medium out. Kramer back to throw. He looks down the near sidelines, and that's not a great throw, and Everson Walls checked it away. So Kramer just kind of shaking his head. It'll be 3rd and 7. If you like defense, this one's been for you. Short slant to the tight end, Jones. Dallas blitzes. Jones has it, and he's got 9. He needed 7. He got 9. Johnny Holloway with a tackle. So Dallas with a corner blitz. It was well blocked. Kramer had time. He threw the bullet down to Jordan. And Steve converts for the first down at the Dallas 44. Darren Nelson will try a pitch to the left. Minnesota ignores the blitz. Pitch to the near sideline for Nelson. And he's hit by Jeffcoat right at the line of scrimmage. 11:02 clock running. Short slant. Leo Lewis. Kramer looking to get rid of this in a hurry, and Lewis hits it on the seam, and he got a gain of 12. Ron Fellows got there, but that was an absolute BB to Lewis, and it's a 1st and 10 for Minnesota. And they are actually now in field goal range. Not very good field goal range, but points are points. 1st and 10 from the Dallas 32, no score. 10:21 clock running, 2nd quarter. Alfred Anderson will try a pitch to the far side. From Kramer, flag is down. Anderson got a good block. That might have been too good. It's a 1st down if it holds.
Holding offense. Number
And that's why I said that
10-yard
block was
penalty.
too good. It's Gary Zimmerman, and Gary, a Pro Bowl tackle. But sometimes you can't do that. And so, in effect, that's a 21-yard penalty. You take the 11 yards and the 1st down off the board. 1st and 20, but you lose the 10 on the penalty. So 1st down. And they now need to get to the Dallas 22 to get a 1st down. 9.5 to go. Draw play to Anderson. Randy White. They're playing a prevent. And Randy White stopped Anderson. So a gain of 1, 2nd and 19. Screen to Nelson. And that's a busted play. Kramer just doesn't know where he is. Wait, that is actually a flat pass to Nelson for a gain of 6. I think that's the 2nd time today I've been caught off guard on a screen pass. Game was patched a few weeks ago. I wonder now if the screen reads more like a flat. It's a gain of 6. It's 3rd down to 13. Gustafson in the ball game. He's on your near side. Jones. Medium out. Kramer under center. He rolls right. He throws over the middle to Nelson, and that's incomplete. So the drive stalls at the Dallas 35. And Norm, where's it, Gary Anderson? Anyway, Minnesota's going to try to get on the board here with 7:57 to go. From the Dallas 35, 45 and 7 is 52 yards. So Chuck Nelson has a 34% chance of making this. We can't tell you who the holder is. It's a secret. From 52, it is up. It's long enough. It is good. And Minnesota's on the board. Chuck Nelson gets them on the board from 52. We don't usually replay field goals, but that was straight chewing good. 7:52 to go in the first half. It's 3-0 Minnesota. Levitt back deep. Clack and Newsom. from the 15. Here's the kick by Nelson. And that's taken it to 5. Al's watching the tape game. 20. The ball is loose and recovered by Minnesota. So Keith Millard recovers it. Joey Browner forced it out of the hands of Levet at the 23. Let's watch it again. What a huge sequence for the Vikings. And Minnesota takes over on the Dallas 23. Leo Lewis. Long fly pattern. They want a one-play drive. Kramer waits, and that's deflected by Lockhart. He ripped it out of the hands of Darren Nelson. How about that? And so 2nd and 10 for Minnesota from the Dallas 23. Anderson. Fullback dive from the 23. Handoff from Kramer, and Bates stands him right up at the line of scrimmage. 7.5 to go. So 3rd and 10. They're going to go to the air. They're going to go to Steve Jordan on a medium slant. Dallas blitzes. Kramer's got time. Now he's got to run. 20, 15. He won't get the first down, but Jeffcoat makes a tackle after a gain of 9. And Minnesota will not get greedy. They bring out Chuck Nelson for the field goal. 69.6% from here. John Dutton takes a breather. Gary Zimmerman, by the way, with a big old block. Nelson from 31, and that's good. So the Vikings take advantage of the Dallas turnover. They don't get 7, but they do get 3. 6:07 to go, first half. It's Minnesota 3, Dallas nothing. So again, Levet, Tom Landry kind of chewing on a fingernail. Clack and Newsom are the upmen. Levet, no, this will be an upman at the 8, hit 20, and it's Clack at the 25. It's a return of 17 by Darryl Clack. So 5:55 to go. Dallas has only had 9 plays from scrimmage that have counted. Mike Sherrard, nope. Tony Hill. Medium slant flag is down. Somebody move.
False start. Offense. Number 75.
And that somebody
penalty.
is the left
Repeat,
tackle
first
Pudzer.
down.
Dorsett. Trap right from the 20. They need 15. He's going to get about 10 of that. Evans with the tackle. Dorsett just kind of played ping pong ball, and Tom Rafferty with the big block at center. 2nd and 5. Walker. Trap left, far side, and off from Pelluer. Walker gets the legs moving. Millard will bring him down to 33, a gain of 3. Herschel Walker. 5 carries, 11 yards, and it's 3rd and 2 for Dallas. 5 to go. Doug Cosby. Short hitch. Pelluer, this is trouble. He throws, intercepted, 45-40, 30-yard line. Carl Lee has it at the 45. He is brought down at the 21. It's a gain of 24. Minnesota is knocking on the door again. Here it is, right there. He went from the far near side of the screen, found a seam, tried to get down the far sideline, and that's all he needed. So 6-0 Minnesota. Hassan Jones. Medium cross. Back to throw. He does. Jones to the 5. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings are starting to pull away. That turnover was absolutely huge. And the 2 Dallas turnovers have led to 9 points. Here it is, Kramer. He looked for Jones. He got him at the 5, and Jones just slammed it in. One catch for 21 yards. And here comes the extra point by Nelson. It is no good! Oh my goodness, he pushed it right. Wide right. And the Vikings can only get 6. But it's Minnesota 12. Dallas nothing, 3:59 to go. So let's see if Dallas can hang on the football. Levet from the 5. He gets to the 20, 25, 30, and Teal, not the color, but the player, makes the tackle at the 34. A gain of 28. Dallas starts 1st and 10 on their own 34. Tony Hill, medium hitch. Pallor, under center. Now he's going to get too much time on his hands. Mulaney will make the sack at the 26. And the Purple People Eaters have met Pac-Man because they are munchy right now. 2nd down and 18. Walker on a screen, and I guess they did change the animation. Walker's got it at the 31. Rufus Bess makes the tackle. Rufus is a defensive back. And it's 3rd and 12. The Vikings will call time. They have 2 left. Renfro is in the game as a 3rd receiver. And he will, I need 12. Medium slant to Mike Renfro. Under center. Pallor's got time. He throws over the middle. Renfro's got it. 1st down. And he's hit by Evans at midfield. So Mike Renfro makes an 18-yard catch. Pallor, 4 of 5 for 43, but when you take away the sack yardage, the Cowboys only have 50 yards. Doug Cosby. Short slant to the tight end. Pallor finds Cosby at the 40. 1-yard line, 1st down. 2:14 to go. We go to the 2-minute warning. Dallas cruising along. 4 plays, 26 yards. But the Vikings have had a good second quarter. They've got 12 points on the board. 2 field goals, 2 turnovers, a touchdown, and a missed extra point, which might come back to haunt them. 2 to go. Minnesota 12, Dallas nothing. Tony Hill on a medium slant. Pallor back to throw it. He is sacked by Chris Dolman. Dolman knocks him down for a loss of 9. And that's the 4th time Pallor has found the turf here at the Metrodome. They really do miss Danny White. So 2nd and 19. Walker in the flat. Goes to the far sideline. Pallor's got him. And he's hit at the 45. It's a gain of 4. 3rd down and 15. Dallas will call time with 1:23 to go. They have 2 left. So Pallor out of the gun. Sherrard going to take a risky pass here, a medium cross. They need 15. Pallor, flushed, throws, caught by Sherrard, a 1st down. Holt makes a tackle at the 23, a gain of 22. And Dallas certainly is in scoring range now. Septien has a 69% chance of making it. They go hurry up. Medium slant. Tony Hill. Pallor waiting, throws incomplete. He tried to find Sherrard, no dice. 53 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. Gotta find out from Twitch whether or not live notifications went out this one. So second down. Dorsett comes in the game. Oh, dumper to him. Far side. Pallur finds Dorsett 25-20. And he's hit by Browner at the 15. A gain of 8. Third down and 2. 46 seconds to go. They're going to go in a hurry up. Medium out to Mike Renfro. Pallur rolls to the near side. Throws to the tight end. Cosby, touchdown. Touchdown, Dallas. Pallur can scramble. He ran around. He found Cosby open, and Doug slammed the door. It's now 12-6. Here it is. Cosby had it at the 10 and ran it in. Extra point from Septien is good. And so, whatever advantage Minnesota might have had after the second turnover is off the boards. 23 seconds to go in the first half. A good one here at the Metrodome. Minnesota 12, Dallas 7. Bess will return it 2 yards deep to the 10, 15, and he's hit by Holloway at the 20. 14 seconds to go. Tommy Kramer says, I'll just take a knee. You do that, Tommy. You do that. And so we have nope, Dallas will call time. So we'll run a play. Trap right to Anderson from the 18. Gets a block across the 28 to the 31. It's a first down. Hegman with a tackle. And Minnesota says, can we go to the half now? Dallas says, yes, you can, because we're getting the football. 30 minutes of football to go. It is Minnesota 12, Dallas 7. We'll give you the stats in a moment. But first, I want to do this. All right. What was the actual wild card game? I want to say San Francisco and somebody. But remember, as I put up the Digital Dice halftime stats. By the way, Dave feeling better. Glad to see him in the channel. He and I did a show about jazzing up your replays. That's the latest on episode of DigitalDice.com, episode 26. All the scoring in this game came in the second quarter so far. Minnesota, 52-yarder by Chuck Nelson. 31-yarder following a botched punt or kickoff return. No, and then came the interception, or the fumble. Was it fumble or interception? Anyway, they turned it over twice. It was an interception by Pallur, and Kramer hit Jones from 21, but the extra point was missed. And then Pallur found Doug Cosby to make it 12-7. First down, 7-5 in favor of the Vikings. Minnesota, 134 to 100 yards net offense, and time of possession, 16-13. 51 in favor of Minnesota. Pallur 9 of 11 for 102. Kramer 7 of 13 for 85. I'm going to take a quick drink. I don't remember. I think the Jets made the wild. Was it Jets Miami in the AFC? And, well, let me look. I have it right here. Jets in Kansas City were in the AFC. Washington and the Rams in the NFC. And the divisional games were Cleveland and the Jets. That was a double overtime game. The Jets blew. And the other one, the AFC, Denver and New England. And the NFC, Washington beat the Bears. The Bears had home field and lost. And last game on turf, actually, as a matter of fact, I believe at Soldier Field. And the Giants crushed Joe Montana and the 49ers 49-3. So that was the playoff situation then. So Washington and the Rams. All right, Levet, who's already fumbled one kick, back deep for Minnesota. And he'll take this at the 4, to the 10, 20. And Harris will make the stat. No, Brady did not lose that bad in a playoff game. Well, Montana got hurt early. And I believe they had to go with the corpse of Jack Kemp's kid. And in that offseason, of course, San Francisco got a hold of your Tampa Bay Buccaneers and said, can we have Steve Young? And Tampa said, sure! He won't do anything but run for us. He can run on your bench. 1st and 10 for Dallas, and you know how that turned out. Walker and Dorsett in the backfield. Hill and Sherrod the wide receivers. Doug Cosby the tight end. Steve Pallor in for an injured Danny White, the quarterback. Pudzeric and Tuanay the tackles. Kerr and Titanser the guards, and Rafferty the center. Hill, medium slant. Pallor to throw it 1st and 10 from the 20. Has time. He's got Hill at the 40. Lee makes a tackle at the 38. They'll spot it at the 39, 1st and 10, and now Dallas driving from left to right in the white. Getting some momentum going here. Pallor 10 of 12 for 121. Dorsett, trap left. And Minnesota didn't like what they saw, and so they burn a timeout 23 seconds into the second half. 14:37 to go in this third quarter. It's Minnesota 12, Dallas 7. Trap right, flag down. Somebody moved.
False start. Offense. Number 33.
Dorsett.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
You know, if you're going to make a boo-boo, that's the way to do it. So 1st and 15 from the 34. Walker. Pitch, far side. Pallor finds Walker, and he gets it to the 36 before Chris Dolman can make the tackle. 2nd down and 13. Dallas trying to go ahead. Winner goes to San Francisco in 2 weeks. Tony Hill, medium slant. Minnesota blitzes. Walker on a screen. This is a new animation. Pallor throws. Walker's got it. Browner knocks him down for a gain of 7. And it'll be 3rd and 6. Pallor now 11 of 13 for 128. 12-7 Minnesota. Mike Sherrard. Medium cross. Pallor under center. Rolls near side. Millard with a sack. And that is the 5th time Minnesota has sacked Pallor. So Millard gets the sack. And it'll be 4th and 13 for Dallas from their own 36. Mike Saxon back to punt. Best to return it. Best stands on his 20. Driven back to his 18. Well, the ball's going to roll dead. So that'll do it. 12:25 to go, third quarter. Minnesota with the football. They lead 12-7. Nelson and Allen Anderson, the running backs. Jones and Lewis, the wide receivers. Steve Jordan, the tight end. Tommy Kramer in for an injured Wade Wilson at quarterback. Zimmerman and Irwin, the tackles. Tosh and Huff, the guards, and Swilly is your center. Darren Nelson. Trap right from the 18. 1st and 10. Handoff from Kramer. And Dallas Read that one all the way. They keyed Nelson, and it's a tackle at the 20, gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Going to go to the air. Medium slant. Leo Lewis. Kramer back to throw. Lewis runs his route. Lewis 35, and he's overthrown. Normal zone. Lewis had the right play and couldn't do anything with it. Kramer 7 of 14 for 85 yards. 3rd down and 8 for the Vikings. Be a short cross to the tight end, Jordan. Runs the route, and Jones just came around the back end. Kramer never saw him coming, and Ed Jones got the sack. So the Cowboys force a 3 and out. The Vikings are going to punt from their own 15. Ed Jones just came around that left end and went, or the right end, and went kaboom. A loss of 5, and Coleman back to punt. He's not had a good game. Dallas should get great field position here. Or not. 45, 50 they do. Into Minnesota territory across the 40-yard line. Banks, a return of 17. Gordon Banks. And Dallas will start this drive from the Minnesota 41. 10:50 to go in the third quarter. 12-7 Minnesota. Walker. Off tackle right. Handoff from Pelor. Across the 40. And Dolman with a tackle at the 39. He tried to run behind 2-A and got 2-0. Walker, 7 carries, 15 yards. Wonder if the Vikings will show any interest in Herschel Walker. This time it's going to be Tony Dorsett. And he will sweep to the near sideline from the 39 of Minnesota. Tries to fight to the sidelines. Got some room. Dolman makes the tackle after a gain of 7. Dorsett ran it behind Kerr and Titanser. And Dolman got the tackle. 3rd down and 1. Cowboys are 3 of 8 on 3rd down today. Pelor. Gonna run a bootleg. He rolls to his right, then his left. 1st down, 30, 25. Harris with the tackle at the 23. A gain of 9. Rafferty and Kerr lead the cheers and the blocks. And Dallas has it 1st and 10. 9:51 to go in the third quarter. Clock running from the Minnesota 23. Sherrard, nope. Short out. They're going to go that way anyway. Pelor is in trouble. Pelor is sacked by Dolman. And Pelor is hurt. Dolman got the sack. That's his 2nd of the game. And Pelor is grabbing his shoulder. So it's 2nd down and 14. Draw play. Walker on a counter. Walker waits. He's hit at the line by Harris. No gain. So John Harris, the safety, makes the tackle. Tom Rafferty forgot what he was supposed to be doing and made the bad block. 3rd down and 14. And they are in field goal range for Septien. It's going to be one of these playoff games with just some really weird score, isn't it? 3 wide receivers. Dorsett in the backfield. Pelor out of the gun. Renfro, the 3rd wide receiver. He's up top. They look at Doug Cosby. Medium hits to the tight end. Pelor out of the gun. Waits. Throws down to Dorsett instead. He made the catch. He got a gain of 6. Chris Martin, one of the linebackers, makes the tackle because the Vikings are playing a 4-2 nickel. So Martin, the right linebacker, and Pelor at least has him into field goal range for Septien. 7:46, third quarter, 6-play drive, 20 yards, and this is to make it 12-10 from 38. Saxon to hold. Rafferty to snap. Septien from 38. You betcha. And so, 7 plays, 20 yards, 3:37 off the clock. Minnesota 12, Dallas 10. Best back deep. Septien onside kick. The computer does an onside kick with half of the third quarter to go, and Huff, the lineman, he's the right guard, and he's going, look what I got. I got a football. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. I didn't do that. Computer does that. And when you play only the offense, you control what the return team does, because even though technically you're on offense till you give it up, I guess the rumors are true. I know what you're talking about there, Gardner. I always make sure the Bruins win. That's right. I pull for the Bruins. 1st and 10, Nelson. Trap right. Hand off from Kramer from the 47 across midfield. Dallas is going to pay for that. Everson Walls, a gain of 11. Tim Irwin, the right tackle with the block, and Nelson gives Minnesota a fresh first down. 6:52 to go. Hassan Jones, medium slant. Kramer under center, has time, and goes to the far sideline. Flag is down. Lewis with a gain of 8.
Roughing the passer.
And
Defense.
Jeffcoat
Number 77.
nailed
15-yard
Kramer
penalty. Automatic.
after
First
the
down.
throw. And Dave Gardner says, we're not tolerating that. 15 yards. There. You know what I did? There you go. So 1st and 10 for Minnesota from the Dallas 19. So a big play. Sweep right for Alfred Anderson from the 19 to the far side. He gets it to the 15, and Roar will knock him out of bounds. So I'll explain that again. I don't control, when you play just the offenses, the special teams, I don't control the kick. I control what they do on the return. I can set up for a regular, a squib, yes, that's right. And I can watch for the onside. I know that in the last couple updates for the games, the computer AI is getting more aggressive. If you watch the baseball streams, there's a lot more throws to first against me than there were before. And so I think Dallas realized they could take a chance. 2nd and 6 for Minnesota. Ball in the Dallas 15. Medium cross to the tight end, Jordan. Kramer waits. Jordan runs his route. Jordan's got it at the 4 and scores. Steve Jordan puts the Vikings back up 18 to 10. So a big play. Kramer under center. He waited for Jordan to make the play. And boom went the dynamite. And with 5:59 to go in the third quarter, this will make it a 9-point lead. Chuck Nelson's missed one of these already. And there you go. 19-10. 5 plays, 53 yards. So here are my options. You see, I don't have, because people are going to ask, because he heard you mention it. Here's my options. I can return safe, or I can watch for the onside. I cannot control what Minnesota does here. I always play for the return. Levette, driven back to his goal line, to the 10, 15, 20, 25. Howard with a tackle on the 24, and it's
Receiving
coming back.
Team, 10-yard penalty.
Now, you have to wonder, the game designer is from Wisconsin. And you say it that way, he's from Wisconsin. Who do you think that a game programmed by someone in Wisconsin's rooting for? Dallas or Minnesota? Think about that. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line of Dallas. Walker. Trap right, 1st and 10. Hand off from Pallur. He gets it to the 15. Dolman with the tackle after a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. Dallas trails 19 to 10. Doug Cosby. Medium hitch to the tight end. Pallur has to be quick here. He's got Cosby open at the 35. And Joey Browner makes a tackle after a gain of 20. 1st and 10. And so Dallas responds beautifully. 4:57 to go in the third. Tony Dorsett. Trap left, 1st and 10 to the far side from the 35. He gets a couple yards, and Scott Studwell turns it into a pancake after a gain or 2. As we cross the 1 o'clock hour on this Super Bowl Sunday, my name is Ron Chuckett. This is Retro Sports Network. 4:16 to go in the third quarter of our simulated NFC wildcard game between the Vikings and the Cowboys. 19-10 Minnesota leads, and tonight we're not making, well, we will. It's the real deal from Miami. It's the J-Lo and Shakira show. So all your milfy dreams will come true at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific. Oh, by the way, we'll play a football game around that. Kansas City and San Francisco. But watch for J-Lo and Shakira shaking up some Pepsis for you at the half. And then, following the game, that special version of That 60s MILF, as Valerie Bertinelli and I sit down to have a conversation about what it's like to be hot in Valerie Bertinelli. That's tonight on Retro Sports Network. Actually, to be serious for a moment, we are Al, Red Sox fan, and I, depending on what time the football game does get over, the real one, not this, might get together on his channel to talk about it. So, 4:16 to go, third quarter, 2nd and 8. Dallas trails by 8 or 9. Pitch right to Dorsett. They'll stick with it to the near side. Pallur finds Dorsett, gets around the corner, 1st down. He's trying for midfield, and Isaac Holt knocks him down at midfield. 1st and 10, 3:31 to go. Titanser, the right guard with the big block, and Dallas now is 180 net yards. They've outgained the Vikings. From the midfield stripe. Medium hitch. Tony Hill. Pallur waits for Hill to run the route. Had to come back to get it. Flag is down. It's a gain of 19 if it holds.
Holding. Offense. Number 63. 10-yard penalty.
Titanser made the big block on the last play. He giveth, and now he taketh away. And Tom Landry is on the sideline, and the color of his face is matching that red fedora on his head. So 1st and 20 from the Dallas 40. Dorsett on a dumper to the far side. Pallur finds him wide open. Can he get anywhere? 40. Dolman with the tackle at the 45, a gain of 5. Really, Ron, you can read the line. It says pick up a 5. 2nd and 15. 5 catches for Dorsett for 38 yards. Pallur has had himself a ball game, except for the fact he's been sacked 5 times. But don't let that fool you. Walker on a fullback dive from the 45 and gets over midfield. 45 of Minnesota. That's the right call. Scott Studwell, a gain of 13. And it's 3rd and 2 for Dallas. 2:22 to go in the third quarter. (19-10) Minnesota. Dallas driving. Dorsett will try a sweep to the far side. Handoff from Pallur. Dorsett gonna need a measurement. Nope, he's gonna miss it by a yard. 4th and 1. Pallur sees a 2 tight end, 2 running back set coming in. Walker and Newsom. Pallur says, sweep right, my call. Pallur tries to get some room. He goes to the sideline. He will not get it. Solomon knocked him out after a loss of 3. They gambled that Pallur could turn the corner and get 6 or 7 yards. Instead, Jesse Solomon makes his first tackle of the game, and it doesn't get much bigger than that. And the Metrodome explodes in joy. 1:38 to go. Long fly to Leo Lewis. Kramer trying to put an information point on it. Rolls right, throws Lewis. No, he dropped it. He had him at the Dallas 26. And I had a date with Taylor Swift once. No, I didn't. It didn't matter. It's 2nd and 10. Darren Nelson. Fullback dive from the 44. 45. White with a tackle. Good game for Randy White. That's his 3rd stop and a gain of 2. 1:21 to go. 3rd and 8. Dallas hanging in there. Their defense is good. It's not great. It's not the doomsday. But they earned their spot in this game. They are not a fluke. Jones. Medium cross. Kramer. 9 for 17. Throws. Complete to Jones for the first down. A gain of 19. And the Vikings have a fresh set from the Dallas 35. Off tackle left for Anderson. Near side 35. He gets to the 30. Billy Bates ends the 3rd quarter. It'll be 2nd and 3. 15 minutes to go in this wild card game. Minnesota 19. Dallas 10. And the scoring here in the 3rd quarter, Septien 38-yard field goal to make it 12-10. And then Kramer found Jordan from 15. Nelson converted that extra point, 19-10. Net yards, 1 yard apiece difference. 197 for Minnesota, 196 for Dallas. First downs, 11-9 in favor of Minnesota. Kramer, 10 of 18 for $127. Pelluer, 14 of 16 for $159. And the time of possession favors Dallas, 24-25 to 20-35 from Minnesota. 15 minutes at the Metrodome for a trip to San Francisco in a moment. But you know what I forgot to do? We'll start the 4th quarter in 30 seconds. Al, Red Sox fan, how are you? As he listens, he read that you were watching the baseball game I did earlier. Like, no, watch the live stuff. The baseball game is going to be there. We start the 4th quarter. Minnesota 19, Dallas 10. Steve Pelluer quarterbacking for the Cowboys. If they win, Danny White gets the 49ers. Tommy Kramer is quarterbacking Minnesota. If they hold on to win, they get Chris Carter back for the 49ers. Darren Nelson, 2nd down and 3. Off tackle right. We start the final quarter. And he stood up by Rohr right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down. Jim Hoff made the bad block. So 3rd and a short 3. Jordan. Short slant to the tight end. Kramer waits, throws. Jordan does not have it. He dove and could not get it. So 4th down and 3. Next Sunday, Seattle and Cleveland, the first of 4 weeks of divisional playoff football right here at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific on Twitch on Retro Sports Network. And Chuck Nelson says, I think I can do this. I'm not sure. From 45 yards, it's 42%. So they're going to try it. Swilly to hold. Swilly to snap. Nelson's. And that is well left. That was bad. And so Dallas gets a reprieve. 14-13 to go in the game. Dallas starts on their own 28. Trailing 19-10. Doug Cosby wants the end around. I've never seen this before. And Cosby is chased down by Stensrud for no gain. So 2nd and 10, that play went nowhere. 2nd and 10, Dallas 28, 14 to go. Cowboys trail 19 to 10. Walker going to stick with the play on a draw. Handoff from Pelor. Walker is hit by Martin at the 29. So the Vikings do a blitz and then they play the run defense. They baited me right into the run play. And the Cowboys are 4 for 11 on 3rd down. 3rd and 9. Excuse me. Renfro, the third receiver. Dorsett in the backfield. Oops. I meant to do this. Pelor work out of the gun. Medium slant. Tony Hill. Pelor waits. Minnesota blitzes. He's got time. He's got Hill open at the 45 of Dallas. And he got a gain of 19. Carl Lee with a stop. But Dallas has it 1st and 10 from their own 48. What a big play. Pelor, 15 of 17 for 178 yards. Back into a 2 running back, 2 wide receiver set. Pelor is going to stay out of the gun. Walker, trap left. From the 48, handoff over midfield. Carl Lee with a stop at the Minnesota 49. Give him 3 and a 2nd and 7. So a good job by the Cowboys. They stay in this formation. Dorsett. Sweep. Nope. Pelor. He never got the ball. Lee with a fumble. And Millard picked it up. Dallas botched the snap. And Keith Millard picked it up. Returns it for 3. And Minnesota takes over on the Dallas 43. So Pelor, all he had to do is pick it up and give it to Dorsett, but he never got the snap. So Minnesota takes over on the Dallas 43, 11:06 to go. Leo Lewis, medium slant, Kramer under center, rolls around, waits, Lewis wide open at the 20, 10, touchdown Minnesota. Leo Lewis gives Minnesota a big lead. What a play by Leo Lewis. A 43-yard touchdown catch. 22 yards of yak, which I guess would be a bunch of girls from San Francisco. Yak, 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 yak. And the extra point from Nelson is good. And so Minnesota goes up 26-10. And unlike the Jets last week, home teams in the playoffs, Dallas 3 turnovers and all of them costly. My goodness. So Levitt from his 8. This would be Dallas's last best chance to make a Super Bowl run, was 86. Kick taken by an Upman at the 10, 20, 25-30. Hit by Howard at the 32, a gain of 22. And so Steve Pelor is back out there. Dallas is a tired bunch. Newsom is back there with Dorsett. Conventional set. Trap right for Timmy Newsom from the 32. Flag is down, and he got about 3 yards before Stensrud nailed him.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat first down.
But that play didn't happen. Shh, it's a secret. 1st and 10 from the Dallas 32. Newsom says, I took that hit. That's not a secret. Trap right. Hand off from Pelor from the 32, and he stood up by Chris Dolman right at the line of scrimmage. So Dallas needs 3 scores. They need 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and they have 10.5 minutes to do it. Titans here with the bad block. Medium out to Tony Hill. Under center is Pelor. He is, I have no idea what's going on here. The ball is loose. I believe Minnesota's recovered it. Robinson got the snack. Studwell picks it up. He returns it 17 yards, and it's brought down at the Dallas 9-yard line. The Purple People Eaters have sacked Steve Pelor 7 times. So Pelor went back to throw. He could not do it. Gerald Robinson with a sack. The ball was loose. Studwell picked it up. Studwell thought he was going to get 6 points. He is tackled at the 9-yard line, and Minnesota's got it 1st and goal. Well, this was a barn burner at one point. Here's the whole sequence again. Sure, go ahead and make sense out of that. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Steve Jordan. Short cross. Kramer under center. Kramer's going to get nailed by John Dutton. It's a loss of 7. So Tommy Kramer finds the turf for the 3rd time this afternoon. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 16. Anderson on a draw play from the 16. Gets it to the 10. The 5. Touchdown, Minnesota. So that was meant to eat 5 yards, and Anderson got 16. And Don Meredith warming up. They're about to turn out the lights on the Dallas Cowboys and their dynasty for sure, because at 32-10 in the 4th quarter, the party's almost over. 33-10. 2 plays, 9 yards, and 7 points. 8:55 to go. Minnesota 33, Dallas 10. Lavette from his 4. 10. Cuts to the far side, 20. Hit by Morrell at the 22. So Minnesota, unless the world drops out between now and the next 15 minutes, have a date in San Francisco at Candlestick Park against Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers. 1st and 10. Short hitch to Mike Sherrard. Quick throw is caught. Sherrard tries to cut to the middle. It's a gain of 12. 1st and 10. Pelor is 16 of 18 for 190. But it has an interception and 7 sacks. Isaac Holt with his 4th tackle. Herschel Walker back in the ballgame. Short dumper to him near side. Pelor finds Walker at the 31, 35. Harris makes a tackle at the 40, a gain of 5. So 2nd down and 5 for the Cowboys. Tony Hill, medium slant. Pelor under center. Rolls around, waits, throws. Hill, 45-40, 35-30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Dallas. Tony Hill, 61 yards. 61 yards for Tony Hill. And for Dallas, there is a ray of hope. About the size of Bobby Ewing coming back from the dead. Or the Rangers ever winning a World Series. He caught it at the 45. He had beaten the Minnesota defense, and the Cowboys turned that into 7. Or 6. And now Septien can make it 7. Yes, he does. So, now you wonder if Dallas will try the onside kick. We'll watch for it this time. 7:02 to go. Minnesota 33, Dallas 17. We watch for the onside kick. We will not get one. It is returned 1 yard deep in the end zone by Bess. Rufus Bess to the 10. And that's a good return for Dallas as they knocked him down at the 11-yard line. So the Vikings take over. 6:56 to go. Dallas a weird bounce away from making this a football game. They still need 2 scores. Anderson. Pitch left from the 11. Near sideline, Anderson is tackled by Jeffcoat at the 8. It's a loss of 3. Second down and 13. Nelson will run the draw. Hand off from Kramer. And he gets to the 10. That's a gain of 2. And it'll be 3rd and 11. 6:08 to go. 33-17 Minnesota. Leo Lewis. I need 11. Short hitch. Kramer. The throw. Quick throw to Lewis. He's got it. And they get the Red Sox fan measurement. They got 11, but they didn't get 11 and a quarter. And so, Minnesota's going to have to punt. I mean, the ball's sitting right on the yellow stripe for Jiminy Crickets. Coleman will punt it deep. Dallas to return. Taken at the 38 of Dallas. Over the 40. Banks is hit for a gain of 7. It's spotted at the Dallas 46. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. 4:46 to go. They are down 16. Sherrard. Short out. Palour's had a monster game, and when he stays upright, throws. Sherrard's got it. Minnesota 38-yard line. Holt. It's a gain of 19, and Palour is now 19 of 21 for 275 yards. 1st and 10. Walker on a flat near side. Palour finds him behind the 40. 35-30. Walker has got it. 1st down. It's a gain of 10 at the 28-yard line. Dallas has all 3 timeouts. Palour has now thrown for 285. Hill. Medium cross from the 28. Rolls. Is sacked. It's stripped by Stensrud. Palour will cover it up. It's a loss of 11. 2nd down and 21. Palour has been sacked 8 times. He's sore. There's a bottle of Aleve with his name on it, and he might eat the whole blessed thing. Medium slant. Tony Hill. Palour back to throw. Rolls around. Throws. Caught in stride. Tackled by Carl Lee after a gain of 17, and Steve Palour has thrown for 302 yards. 21 of 23 for 302. And it's 3rd down and 4. 3:05 to go. Cosby. No. Hill. No. Sherrard. Oh, my God. They go 3 wide. Tony Hill. Medium cross. Palour, 3 wide receivers. Has time. He's looking for Hill. Touchdown, Dallas. Palour finds Hill. And it's 33-23 with 2:18 to go. Steve Palour has been battered like a piece of fish. But he finds Tony Hill for the 2nd touchdown of the ball game. And if Septien can convert the extra point, it's a 9-point game. Dallas has all 3 timeouts. And a 2-minute warning. Here's the kick. It's good. So Minnesota 33. Dallas 24. The Cowboys have 343 net yards. Minnesota watching the onside. It is an onside. It is recovered by the Vikings at the 47. The good hands people there. Darren Nelson. So 2:13, and essentially Dallas has 4 timeouts in their pocket. Medium slant. to Steve Jordan. Kramer waits. Jordan. No, sir. Billy Bates tipped it. Billy Bates trying to get it, and Tommy Kramer is thanking his lucky stars. So 2:09 to go. 2nd and 10. Nelson on a draw from the Cowboy 47. Nothing doing as Eugene Lockhart made the tackle. Dallas was coming, and Tim Irwin, the right tackle, did not make his block. And there's a case. I did not say the word, you know what. There is a case of either Maalox or brandy, or maybe a combination of both, working its way through the crowd. 3rd down and 10, 33-24 Minnesota. Jordan. Medium slant. Kramer waits, rolls around, throws. Jordan, no, but there's a flag down. Billy Bates.
Pass interference.
Yes, sir.
Defense. Number 40, automatic.
Billy
first
Bates
down.
got tangled up with Steve Jordan, and Jordan could not make the catch. Landry and Bates are absolutely incensed. But my brother-in-law, Tim Wurtzler, the world's biggest Viking fan, says, "What? Que no habla inglés." And that will be 1st and 10. By the way, speaking of my brother-in-law, the world's biggest Viking fan, his darling twins, my youngest sister's twins, turned 13 today. My sister is scared witless. That's not the word I should say, but witless works for a public stream. And so McKenna and Dylan, by the way, has a wonderful YouTube channel. Happy 13th birthday, darlings. Hope that you have a great day. I know Dylan will, I wonder if they'll actually watch the Super Bowl. I know the parents will. Alfred Anderson. Off tackle right. 1st and 10 from the Cowboy 30. Flag is down. It won't matter. Hegman with a 1-yard loss.
Personal foul. Offense. Number 46. 15-yard
Oh, you know
penalty.
what? Hegman kind of went on Anderson kind of high, and Anderson spit on him. He doesn't get ejected. Thanks, Al. And so 1st and 25. Still, Dallas has not used a timeout. Hopefully, many happy and healthy ones to come. 13. 13 for the Twins. My sister took a picture of them with someone else last weekend. And the boys being goofy. You know, fraternal twins. It's a boy and a girl. Brady to Vegas? Oakland? I mean, the Raiders? That'd be fun. And McKenna, who really is a lot like her mother, just shot her one of those I hate you looks. It was great. Darren Nelson. Fullback dive from the flag is down.
False start. Offense.
And Dallas
Number
is going,
87, 5-yard
It's on Leo
penalty.
Lewis, by the way, the
Repeat
wide
first
receiver.
down.
So 1st and 30 from midfield. Nelson. Dive play. At least make Dallas use these timeouts. Nelson gets a block. He's hit at the 44 by Bates. And Dallas will call time. 1:38 to go. Care to elaborate on that one, Dave? 2nd and 24. You're welcome for the game. I got Al in the chat. I got Al on my screen. 2 timeouts left. 2nd and 24. Everybody wants him. Fullback dive to Anderson from the 44. He tries to go to the near side, and Lockhart will knock him down at the 42. And 3rd down and 22, and they're going to make Dallas use their last timeout. Nelson, little dumper in the flat far side. Kramer, and that's incomplete. Eugene Lockhart on the coverage. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Al. You're not getting Jimmy G back, especially if San Francisco wins tonight. Or if they've won this by the time you see it on YouTube. 4th and 22 from the 42. So Coleman to the sideline. That's the plan here. He gets this one away, and it will roll dead at the 3-yard line. Okay, Dallas 118, one timeout. They need 2 scores. Any combination of 10 sends me to the hospital with a heart attack. 118 to go. Minnesota 33, Dallas 24. Medium slant to Mike Sherrard. From his own 3, Pallur flips it down to Walker. And Pallur, I'm not sure he knows where he is. He has been hammered today. He could go out and do ads for Lowe's and Home Depot. They're going to start calling him Nail. 2nd and 10. Short slant. Tony Hill. Just get the ball away, Steve. Quick throw. Caught by Hill. He's trying for a first down. It's a gain of 9. 6 catches, 147 yards. 1:02 to go. Dallas in a hurry-up. Medium slant. Sherrard from the 12. Pallur has to throw it. He does in a double coverage, and it's caught for a gain of 10. Hurry up in effect. 40 seconds to go. Sherrard on a long slant and go. Pallur waits, throws, incomplete, and Pallur just got his bell rung. And with 21 seconds to go, you would now need something to happen right here. Pallur 24 for 28 and 343 yards. But he has been hit and hit and hit. Long out. Herschel Walker. Pallur waiting. Throws down the tight end Cosby. And they got nothing. 3rd and 10. The clock is stopped. Sherrard. Long slant. They're going to stop it no matter what here. Pallur, 3rd down. And the flag is down. Browner tried to get Cosby.
Pass interference.
First down.
Defense. Number 47.
Joey Browner.
5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
So 10 seconds left. Yvonne Time Travel. Yvonne Diaz is our newest follower. Follow him. Time Travel Baseball on Facebook. 1st and 10. Sherrard on a bomb post. Pallur waits, going to scramble. 30, and it's a gain of 4. Is there any time left? 1 second, and they call it. Well, there is no such thing as a 9-point play. But Walker will go long, Hill will go long, Sherrard will go long, Cosby will go long. Here we go. Here's the football game. Minnesota's moving on. It won't matter. Dorsett for 4, and the Vikings hold on. 33-24. The Minnesota Vikings. And you're going to give it to, Kramer had a good, look at what Pallur did, first of all. 26 for 30 for 347. Here's the 4th quarter scoring, brought to you by Digital to Dice, the best podcast on the internet for your sports simulations and replay needs. Kramer to Lewis, 43 yards, a one-play drive. That made it 26-10. Anderson on a 16-yard scamper made it 33-10. And then Steve Pallur, despite the fact I don't think he knows what country he's in, 61-yard pass to Tony Hill, 22-yard pass to Tony Hill. Okay, I'll look at that in a moment. Kramer, 12 for 23 for 181 yards. But the late Chris Dolman is our player of the game. 8 tackles and 2 sacks. Minnesota got to Pelluer 8 times. And the bad news for the 49ers is Chris Carter's back in 2 weeks for that divisional playoff game. And so, that'll do it on this end. Minnesota wins the wild card game at the NFC 33-14. They play San Francisco in 2 weeks. The other game is New York and Chicago from Soldier Field. And so we now know our final 8. We'll start counting down to Championship Sunday next week. But until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Super Bowl Sunday if you're watching live. If not, you know who won by the time you see this. You lucky dog, and we don't. Who do we go with?